Imagine this. 5 years have passed. You're standing in a quiet room in a home that feels exactly like peace. The windows are wide, and soft morning light pours in across smooth wooden floors. Your favorite mug is warm in your hands. You walk slowly, unhurried, across a space that feels not just like a house, but like something you built, piece by piece, with every choice you made. There's no noise in your mind. No chaos, just a quiet sense of direction, a confidence so deep it's calm. Outside, the trees sway gently. There's a scent in the air, fresh coffee and a little lavender. You hear your name spoken, softly by someone who respects you. They see it, what you've become, what you've built. You glance at your phone, no need to scroll. There are no emergencies, just the soft ping of opportunity, new messages, quiet wins, a savings account that grows in silence. And your reflection in the glass, steady eyes, calm posture. A person who got tired of waiting and finally began. Now imagine this version of you, this future self, decides to write to you. They sit down with clarity. They know what they would say. They know exactly what it took to get here. And they begin to write a letter, not with judgment, but with love. Not with pressure, but with possibility. And this is what it might sound like. I know where you are right now. I remember the confusion, the false starts, the tiredness from pretending to be okay, the guilt from doing too little, and sometimes the fear that too much time had already passed. But I want you to know, you were never as far as you thought. You were never broken. You were just waiting to begin. And when you did, everything changed. Now pause. Let this vision settle. Let it feel possible. Because it is. And now the questions come. Not to hurt, but to guide. If that version of you is already out there, what would they thank you for starting today? Would it be a decision to stop living in reaction and begin living with direction? Would they thank you for finally committing to something instead of talking about it? Would they thank you for walking away from someone or something that was dimming your light? And what regrets would they wish they could stop you from making right now? Would it be the time you waste doubting yourself? Would it be staying stuck in comparison, watching others build while you delay? Would it be another year of chasing comfort over clarity? And maybe, even more quietly, they'd ask, what habit gave me this peace? What small daily thing did I choose over and over until it redefined my life? Maybe it was the discipline of movement, or the strength of saying no, or the calm practice of solitude. And finally, what daily choice changed everything? Was it finally committing to early mornings instead of late night scrolling? Was it journaling instead of judging? Was it building your own thing instead of boosting someone else's? Or maybe it was just believing, consistently, that the life you want was already forming beneath the surface if you just didn't quit. The questions come gently, but they come. Is this life waiting for you? Or is it slipping away with each day of hesitation? Can you really build what you dream of? If today looks exactly like yesterday, will the next 5 years unfold by accident? Or will they be authored, one choice at a time? Imagine again. You receive this letter, your future self, reaching back through time. You feel the paper in your hands, the ink, the signature. It's familiar, it's yours. And you read one more line. Please don't wait for the perfect time. I'm already here. I'm just waiting for you to start. So ask again, what are you putting off that your future self already thanks you for starting? And what pain are you avoiding now that creates more suffering later? You see, the comfort of this moment can quietly rob you of the future you deeply want. The ease of doing nothing comes with a hidden cost, regret. The habit of delay becomes the habit of decay. But you can interrupt it. You can choose differently, even now. No one needs to see it. No one needs to applaud it. But the smallest action today echoes forward. So look forward, feel it. The soft breeze through your window, the subtle pride in your chest, the steady mind, focused, calm. The life built not in a rush, but in a rhythm. It's not fantasy. It's you without the doubt. You without the distractions. You 5 years wiser. Whispering back a message through time. Just begin. It's not too late. I'm already waiting for you. It's possible. That future life, the one your older, wiser self is already living, it isn't a fantasy. But it doesn't begin in the rush. It doesn't begin when everything is perfect. It begins here, with small steady steps. With one decision made differently than before. The future you imagine is not waiting on luck. It's waiting on a pattern. It's built by choosing what builds you. No applause, no fanfare. Just quiet, consistent acts of belief. So how do you get there? You begin by listening to the message they already sent you. The one you felt in your bones when you imagined their life. The calm letter they wrote across time. Start with a simple practice. Write a one-page letter from your future self. Write as if the success has already come. As if the discipline held. As if the wealth grew and the peace deepened. Tell yourself what changed. Describe the daily habits that led to the breakthrough. Write about how much closer you became to your own values. Speak to yourself as a mentor would, from experience, not judgment. Let the words pour through like a lifeline. Not fiction, but a future remembering its roots. And then, choose one thing. Just one. One thing that you begin today, not for perfection, but for motion. Choose one act that your future self would be proud of. Maybe it's finally waking up with the alarm and not snoozing for the third time. Maybe it's making that difficult call or sending that important email. Maybe it's opening the book that's been on your shelf for months, but has the power to shift how you think. Whatever it is, do it, as if you're already that future version. Because in some way, you are. The path to that version is not paved with wishing, it's paved with choosing. Let that one choice become your beginning. And as you take that step, gently scan your life for the quiet enemies of progress. The small distractions that seem harmless, but erode your focus. You don't have to cancel everything. Just begin to notice. Notice the apps that steal your clarity. Notice the conversations that leave you drained. Notice the habits that feel easy but cost your future. Then just gently, choose one to reduce, not with force. But with kindness. You don't need to delete everything. But maybe you uninstall one app, or set one boundary, or reduce 1 hour of noise. You're not eliminating your comfort. You're reclaiming your mind. Because when your mind is clear, the message gets louder, the vision gets closer, and from there, create a ritual. Just one, in the evening. A calm habit that belongs only to you. It could be writing, or sitting in silence for 5 minutes, or closing your day with one question. Did I live today in alignment with who I'm becoming? That habit doesn't need to be long, but it needs to be yours. It's a reminder, the day didn't just pass. You lived it. You guided it. You shaped it. And when you repeat it tomorrow, you become someone different. Because change is not in the dramatic leaps. It lives in the smallest shifts that are repeated. And those small actions build weight. They build momentum. Every time you do one thing your future self would approve of, you reinforce the message. I am already becoming who I was meant to be. Success is not built in the spotlight. It's built in the quiet corners of your day. Wealth doesn't begin when you hit a jackpot. It begins when you stop leaking your time. Clarity doesn't wait for a vacation. It begins the moment you say no to one more distraction. And peace doesn't require the world to slow down. It starts when you do. So let today be the shift. Let today be the first page of your own letter back through time. Let the choices you make now become the memories that future you will be grateful for. You don't need a perfect morning. You need one decision before noon. You don't need a perfect plan. You need a little less noise and a little more truth. You don't need to finish everything. You just need to start one thing and follow through quietly. Even now, even with everything else going on, you have 5 minutes to take a breath, to write that goal down, to set that intention, to begin again, not because you failed, but because you're learning to honor your future. Let your to-do list become a to-become list. Let your routines become your reminders. I'm doing this because I am becoming someone I admire. And when it gets hard, because it will, remember this. It is not about always feeling motivated. It's about showing up even when you don't. Quietly, gently, consistently. The future you want doesn't require perfection. It just asks that you don't give up. And it rewards each small moment of effort more than you'll ever know. Until 5 years from now, when you look back and smile. The difference between your current life and your dream life is a handful of small actions, repeated with love, not force. So return to the image, the warm mug, the peaceful home, the confident reflection, the life that feels like yours. And ask yourself again, what would that version of me ask me to do today? You already know the answer. Now breathe and begin. It's okay to be where you are. It's okay if the progress has been slow, if the days felt repetitive, if the changes didn't come as fast as you hoped. This doesn't mean you're lost. It simply means you're human. And even now, even with the setbacks and doubts and missed opportunities, you are not behind. You're just on the edge of something, because the truth is, the path isn't linear. Some days will feel powerful. You'll do the work. You'll make progress. You'll feel like you're finally becoming the person you dreamed of. And some days, you'll forget the vision. You'll doubt the effort. You'll fall back into habits you thought you had escaped. That doesn't mean you failed. It just means the journey is real. You're not walking a straight staircase. You're climbing a spiral, and sometimes you feel like you're in the same place. But you're not. You're higher now. You're learning. You're circling upward. So if today is quiet, if today feels small, remember, this is still part of the process. Your future self isn't just waiting for your victories. They're proud of your endurance. They're thankful for your willingness to begin again and again and again. Because beginning again is not failure, it's power. And you have that power right now. You don't need to rush. You don't need to fix everything at once. You don't need to conquer your entire life before the weekend. Breathe. There is time. The pressure you feel, the imagined deadlines, the loud comparisons, the invisible scoreboard. Let it all go. Your path is not theirs. Your pace is your own. And if you can be present, even for a few minutes, you'll feel it, that little spark of possibility. That voice that says, keep going, you're doing better than you think. Let it speak. Let it remind you, it's not too late. This is not over. This is not wasted. This moment, this one right here, is still a beginning. So slow down, just enough to hear yourself think, to hear your heartbeat, to listen to the soft whisper of your future calling you forward. Because success, real success, isn't made of noise. It's made of quiet decisions. It's the choice to keep your word when no one's watching. It's the kindness you show yourself when you could be cruel. It's the way you come back to your vision after falling off track, not with shame, but with resolve. It's in the way you talk to yourself. Are you punishing yourself for not being there yet? Or are you encouraging yourself to take one more step? Your future self doesn't need you to be perfect. They need you to be compassionate. They need you to be steady. They need you to believe, not in outcomes, but in effort. Because the outcomes come slowly, suddenly, quietly. One day, you'll realize the goal is no longer a wish. It's your life. But until then, rest when you need to. Refocus when you drift. Forgive yourself faster. Celebrate sooner. Breathe more often. Because the one thing that changes everything, the habit, the shift, the transformation, often comes not from trying harder, but from caring more gently. Success is not war, it's alignment. Wealth is not speed, it's clarity. Progress is not noise, it's movement. And you, right now, are allowed to move in your own way, at your own pace. That's where your power lives. Let today be the day you stop fighting yourself. Let it be the day you move toward your dream with softness instead of strain. You don't have to shout to grow. You can whisper. You can walk slowly. You can show up quietly, and it still counts. There are people out there who will tell you to grind harder, push more, win faster. But your future self, they're just asking for one thing, that you stay connected. Connected to what matters. Connected to who you want to become. Connected to the deeper reason beneath your goals. And that you live today, even just a little in alignment with that version. So maybe you put your phone down. Maybe you open that journal. Maybe you breathe before reacting. Maybe you organize a single drawer. Maybe you walk outside for 5 quiet minutes. These small things aren't random. They're sacred. They are proof that your life is not stagnant. It's being shaped. Every calm act of intention builds your future more than any single grand event ever will. And years from now, that future self, the one you imagined in the beginning, will look back and say, that day, that quiet, normal day, was the beginning of everything. So go slow if you need to, pause often, but don't stop. Because you're not just building success. You're becoming someone who knows how to carry it. Someone who isn't shaken by storms. Someone who creates peace, not just chases it. Someone who doesn't need to prove anything, because they live it. And every step you take in that direction is worth it. Even this one, even now. So close your eyes for a moment. Breathe in slowly. Let the air remind you, you are alive, you are capable, you are not late. And when you open your eyes, do one thing, just one. One action your future self will thank you for. Write, stretch, decide, rest, reset. Because the future doesn't begin with a giant leap. It begins with one calm, quiet decision, and this moment could be that decision. Breathe, smile. The future begins now.